Hello and welcome to One-on-One Sports, where our 5-0 record is even more surprising than the Denver Broncos. My name's Mike Feldman, and we have a great show lined up for you today.
And I'm Andrew Springs, and as always, we'll be providing our invaluable and infallible insight on the wide world of sports. Today we'll be discussing everything from the NFL season to even a little bit of NASCAR action.
And later, we'll get to see if Andrew can survive the hot corner with Robert Warner, so be sure to stick around for that. It's coming at you in 30 seconds. Andrew, let's get the show on the road. The season is over for 26 MLB clubs, and every GM will be looking to upgrade their roster and put their club over that hump next year. Sometimes the biggest move doesn't take place on the field. Which team do you think would benefit most from a new manager next season?
Well, my apologies to Robert Warner, but the New York Mets. Willie Randolph wasn't the answer, and neither is Jerry Manuel. When you have the second highest payroll in the league, $145 million to be exact, and you finish your season 70-92, you're done. Game over. I'm sorry. Last season was tragic. That collapse was unbelievable and embarrassing.
As always for the Mets.
But this season was awful. This was embarrassing to all Mets fans. The blame could fall on Omar Minaya, but the blame still rests squarely on the shoulders of Jerry Manuel. I'm sorry. If you don't get it done with that budget, see ya.
I think for the Mets, a lot of the blame is to be put on the injury bug. A lot of injuries this year, Carlos Delgado, Carlos Beltran. For me, what I look in a new manager is someone to lead the ball club. And so if you look at the Pittsburgh Pirates roster, there is no one left on that roster for John Russell. Adam LaRoche is gone, Freddie Sanchez is gone, Jack Wilson is gone, Ian Snell, Tom Gorzolani. They have an entire new ball club from when he started in 2008. So I think the Pirates need to bring in a new manager who will help, come together as a team. Maybe they can get out of that bottom cellar at 6th place in the NL Central.
I like the sound of that. Tim Tebow and Sam Bradford are just two college quarterbacks to receive serious injuries this season. Should the NCAA be doing more to protect its star quarterbacks?
Absolutely not. I am sick of what is going on in the NFL and college with, people complaining about injuries to quarterbacks. It's a football game. You're supposed to go out there and sock the opponent in the mouth and just play tough, play to win. If you want to, act tough and, put on a show, join wrestling like The Rock did. You know what? This is a sport. You can't be a pansy. You got to go out there and play football.
And you're done. Quarterbacks are the biggest asset to NCAA teams. The athletic directors look at them as their prime target to put fans in the stands and get W's. That's what NCAA quarterbacks do. They produce W's and they put fans in the stands. I don't want to see anyone going after Tim Tebow's legs, anyone after going Colt McCoy's head, anyone going after Sam Bradford's shoulder. You know why? Because it affects not only that team, but the entire athletic department. They deserve more protection because they need it.
Do you know what the job of a defender is? It is to tackle the person with the ball.
Not to
quarterback
injure
gets
him.
The ball, you tackle him, you hit him, you get him down any way you can. Tim Tebow is a monster. You need to do anything necessary to get him down. There's rules against face masking. There's rules against hitting the head. There's rules against trying to injure players, unnecessary roughness. It is in the confines of any other ball carrier. The quarterback is just another ball carrier.
No, the NCAA is not doing enough to protect its quarterbacks. These referees are looking for a payday. They're not looking to protect the quarterbacks, which is what they should be doing because it's their job. I'm sorry, I disagree.
What are you, in the NBA where the referees are looking for paydays? This is college football. It's supposed to be a pure game, played the way it should be, where the ball carrier gets tackled.
Exactly. They're not getting paid millions of dollars to play the game. They're just student athletes. They deserve as much protection as you or I do.
Well, just another heated debate between Feldman and Springs, but you know what? Ultimately, I think you just got to watch, and ultimately, I think we're going to continue to see the same rules stick in place.
Fair enough. While the NCAA may be criticized for how it protects its quarterbacks this season, it is criticized for its playoff format every season. Which successful playoff format is truly the best?
I determine a successful playoff format by who gives out the best winner in the end. And so for me, best out of 7 is the only way to decide. It is 7 games. It's fair. Every team gets their shot, at every angle, every aspect, every part of the game. And I think in best of 7, which is, hockey and baseball and basketball, that's where we see the true champion determined every time.
Well, Michael, I'm sorry. Again, you may be older than me, but you're definitely not wiser than me. The best format is a tournament-style format. Where in the world can you have teams like Coppin State upset Iowa State? Nowhere but March Madness.
Because Coppin State doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Historically, Black College deserves just as much respect as UNC. If they win their conference, they get to the tournament. They should be playing on the same level as UNC, on the same court. I love the format that March Madness has. It should be implemented everywhere. 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, because one of these days, Princeton's going to come over and beat UCLA again. I can feel it in my bones. I'm just saying, why don't we implement it in college football? Why don't we implement it in every sport? I know every sport is a tournament format, but it's a tournament series format. Best of 3, best of 5, best of 7, yada, yada, yada. If we saw this in college football, you know how excited and non-controversial it would be? It would be perfect.
I can't wait till middle of January. NFL playoffs come out, the 1 seed New York Giants versus the 32 seed Cleveland Browns, and we get to see them duke it out in the playoffs.
That's not what
great.
you know that's
Months
not what
later,
I mean.
Eventually we'll get to the true champions, but we get to see the Browns, we get to see the Lions make it every year. It'll be great. We'll just let everyone in.
Clearly you know that's not what I mean. I mean taking the best 8 teams in the country, maybe the 6 conference winners of the 6 BCS conferences, and then 2 wild cards, maybe a Boise State or a University of Utah, and then putting them together in a single elimination playoff format. What's so wrong about that? Tell me.
I don't know. There's just so many, different formats. One thing I can say is that I don't like in a playoff format is, imagine if we had, say, the MLB, and we got a computer to name the Yankees and the Red Sox as the best 2 teams, and they duked it out for 1 game in the end. I don't want
a computer. I am in complete agreement. I don't think computer rankings should ever be allowed in any type of sport.
For me, I like the best of 7. I like to see the teams duke it out a couple times. Obviously, you can't do that in the NFL. The season takes too long. You need a week before. But for the sports that you can, I think it's the best format.
Okay.
We have to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned to One-on-One Sports. When we come back, Tom Waterman and I will sit down and talk some racing.
And the Candyman is back.